All right, deep divers. Back again for another deep dive into Karina's journal. And wow, this one is a doozy.
Buckle up.
You got that right.
Okay.
So remember, the Dreams Roses from the Time Rift Room at Dramestrony. We've already gotten the inside scoop on Seed and Karina.
Two fascinating stories, to be sure.
Absolutely. Well, get this, today we're going to meet another Rose, Shyria.
Oh, this one is particularly interesting.
And her story starts in a star system called Shurva.
A system with 15 planets.
15. That's got to be some kind of record.
Well, I wouldn't say that for sure.
Okay, fair enough.
But most of those planets are dedicated to resource extraction or, believe it or not, nuclear testing.
Nuclear testing, yikes.
Yeah, not exactly a peaceful place at first glance. But this middle of all that, there are two habitable planets, Shary and Mego. And the thing is, the Sharians, that's what they call themselves, they live on both.
So we got two peaceful planets in a system that's basically a giant industrial and nuclear zone. That's pretty wild. Talk about a contrast.
It is rather striking, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes you wonder what kind of society would develop in that kind of environment.
And their government is pretty unique, too. It's called Hatast. You could compare it to Earth's imperialism, kinda.
In what way?
Well, it's expansionist, but here's the twist. Everyone serves in the military. Everyone participates.
Wait, so every single Sharian is a soldier? That's intense.
It's a society with a constant state of military readiness, you could say.
I bet. So how do they even choose leaders in a system like that?
Well, their leaders, they're called Hastates, and they're chosen through trials.
Like gladiatorial combat?
Not quite, though there is a physical component. But the trials are designed to test both intellect and physical prowess. They're looking for someone who can strategize, think critically, and lead with both mind and body.
I see. So it's not just about being tough, it's about being smart too.
Exactly. In fact, the term Hataste actually means life sustainer.
Oh, wow. Life sustainer.
Yeah.
That definitely adds another layer to it. It's not just about conquering, it's about protecting and nurturing too. Which brings us to Shyria, because Karina refers to her as the daughter of the state.
Ah, yes. And there's a reason for that title. Her father was the Hataste, the life sustainer, when she was born.
Oh, talk about pressure.
Indeed. That title carries a lot of weight and expectations. It's not just a family legacy. It's a societal burden and a responsibility to live up to her father's accomplishments.
I can't even imagine. Daughter of the state, raised in a society where everyone's a soldier. And her parents are basically the ultimate power couple. Her childhood must have been anything but ordinary.
And get this, she was sent to Dramestrony at 16.
16. That seems pretty young to be training with the big leagues.
Young indeed, and there's another twist. She didn't go there in her real body.
Hold on, what do you mean she didn't use her real body? Did she, like, project her consciousness or something?
You're on the right track. Turns out using avatars for interdimensional travel is pretty common across the universe.
Huh. Never thought of that.
You have to think. Different dimensions could have different environments, different gravity, well, everything. An avatar allows beings to adapt and function without putting their original body at risk.
That makes a lot of sense. So what does her avatar look like?
Well, according to Karina, Shyria's avatar is quite striking.
You give the details.
She's 12 feet 5 inches tall.
Whoa, hold up. 12 feet 5. How is that even possible?
It's normal for Sharian women.
Okay, that's definitely taller than any human I've ever met.
She also has lightly golden skin, olive green eyes, and long platinum hair styled in elaborate braids that signify her lineage.
Those braids sound intricate.
They are. It's not just about appearance. It's about communicating their heritage and status.
So it's like a visual language, huh? Fascinating.
Indeed. Visual cues carry a lot of weight in Sharian society.
Okay, so we got a powerful daughter of the state arriving at this interdimensional college in a 12'5" avatar with platinum braids. I'm picturing her making quite the entrance.
I imagine so.
But if she went to Dramestrony at 16, what was she doing before that?
Good question. Karina mentions that Shyria spent her early childhood, up until the age of 9, on Shary.
Okay, on one of the peaceful planets.
Right. And then she moved to Mego.
So she lived on both planets.
It seems that's a Sharian tradition. Children spend part of their lives on both planets.
Huh, interesting. Why do you think they do that?
It could be a way to foster unity and understanding between the two populations. It could be a way to expose children to diverse perspectives from a young age.
That makes sense. You know, it makes me wonder if they rotate leaders between the planets, too.
Possibly, but we don't have any information on that from Karina's journal.
Well, maybe we'll find out later.
Yeah.
But for now, let's get back to Shyria. So she's got this unique upbringing, exposed to both planets, and then she gets sent off to Dramestrony. What kind of training did she receive there?
Well, according to Karina, she was already skilled in advanced war techniques.
Oh, so she came in ready to rumble.
Indeed. And she also had a deep understanding of universal history.
Wait, universal history, not just Sharian history.
That's right, universal history.
Wow. That suggests a level of knowledge and awareness that goes way beyond their own star system.
It does indeed. And it makes you wonder, what kind of history are they learning? Is it a linear timeline like we're used to, or something far more complex and multidimensional? And how does that knowledge prepare them for the challenges they'll face as future leaders, as Drame's Roses, in a universe teeming with diverse and potentially unknown threats?
Ooh, those are some big questions. And it makes me wonder about the kind of training they're receiving in those time-bending classrooms.
Yeah.
Because clearly it's not your average history lesson.
Not at all. Now, speaking of extraordinary, Karina's journal also offers some interesting insights into Shyria's personality.
Lay it on me.
She's described as strong, bold, courageous. The word that keeps popping up is fearless.
Fearless, huh? So not exactly the shy, retiring type.
Not at all. I imagine her striding into that time rift room with her 12'5" avatar and just commanding attention.
I can definitely see that. It makes me wonder what the dynamic was like between her and the other Drame's Roses, especially Karina.
And that brings us to another fascinating character in this story. Lyria.
Lyria. Who's that?
She's a princess from the icy system of Neone. And despite Shyria's strong personality, she and Lyria formed a powerful bond.
A princess from an icy system.
Yeah.
And she's friends with the daughter of the state from the planet with chaotic temperatures. This just keeps getting more and more interesting.
It seems unlikely, but there you have it.
It makes you wonder what drew them together, especially since Shyria wasn't exactly making friends easily at first, according to Karina.
Perhaps they found common ground in being different, in being outsiders.
That's a good point. Maybe they both felt like they didn't quite fit in with the others.
It's certainly a possibility.
Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, there's one more thing I have to tell you about Shyria and her people. And this one.
Yeah.
It's pretty mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling, you say. I'm intrigued.
Remember how we talked about Shary having those chaotic, unpredictable temperatures?
Yes, I recall.
Well, it turns out that the Sharians have adapted to that in a truly remarkable way.
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Their bodies are nearly fluidic in nature.
Fluidic? Wait, you mean like liquid?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've evolved to have bodies that are almost fluid, allowing them to withstand the extreme temperature fluctuations on their home planet. And get this, when they travel to other systems, they use this advanced technology called HYDAC to create material bodies for themselves.
So they essentially build temporary bodies.
You got it. They transition between a fluid state on their planet and a material form when interacting with other systems.
That's incredible. But it raises so many questions. How do they maintain their form and function in a fluid state? What are the limits of their adaptability? And how does this impact their interactions with other beings?
I know, right? It's like we've stumbled onto something truly groundbreaking. It's not just about interdimensional travel or advanced weaponry. It's about a completely different way of existing.
A different way of perceiving the physical world.
And it makes me wonder, what other secrets are hidden within Shyria's fluidic form?
It's really something else, isn't it? The civilization with near-fluidic bodies, they've adapted to their crazy environment.
It's straight out of science fiction.
I know, not just surviving, but thriving. They developed advanced technology, a complex society. They even travel interdimensionally.
And we've seen shapeshifting in movies, but this is way beyond that. What kind of evolution even leads to that?
It makes you rethink what you thought were the limits of biology, that's for sure.
Imagine your body isn't fixed. It flows and changes based on the world around you. That's got to be a wild way to live.
It begs the question, how does that change how they see themselves? Do they even think of themselves as individuals the way we do?
Maybe their whole idea of self is more flexible, more fluid than ours is.
It's possible. And if they can switch between fluidic and material forms using this HYDAC tech,
Does that mean they can just decide how they look?
maybe they can. Choose a different hairstyle, even change their height.
Whoa, hold on. If that's true, their whole society must be different.
Just imagine. Physical appearance becomes a choice, not a matter of genetics. It makes you wonder how that would impact things like beauty standards or even social hierarchy.
I'm trying to wrap my head around it. It's like they've mastered their physical form in a way we can't even imagine.
And that raises another point, practicality. How do they interact with the physical world in their fluid state? Can they even pick things up? Do they need tools we haven't even thought of?
I'm dying to know. But Karina's journal doesn't go into detail, right?
Right. She does say they mostly use their fluidic forms on Shary, though.
So their home planet's set up for it.
It seems that way. And the material bodies they create, those seem to be mainly for other star systems.
It's like, instead of a spacesuit to protect them from a dangerous environment, it lets them interact with beings who are used to a solid world.
Exactly. A way to bridge the gap between totally different ways of existing. Shows how adaptable they are.
It's crazy to think about what Shyria must have experienced at Dramestrony.
Being surrounded by beings who perceive the world in a completely different way, that's got to be challenging.
I bet. And you have to wonder about how that strong, fearless personality of hers, is that really her? Or a way to deal with being seen as so different?
It's hard to say, but then we've got that bond with Lyria, the princess from that icy system.
Lyria. She's still kind of a mystery, isn't she?
We don't know much, but she and Shyria connected deeply. And remember, Shyria wasn't exactly making friends left and right.
Right. Maybe Lyria, being a princess from somewhere completely different, she gets what it's like to be an outsider.
It's possible that they found common ground in those shared experiences.
So even with all the wild differences out there in the universe, some things stay the same.
Like the need for connection, for understanding, that seems pretty universal.
I like that thought. Makes you feel a little more connected to everything, even beings as different as the Sharians.
It does, doesn't it? But let's not forget, we're talking about future gods and goddesses here.
Oh, right. These guys are training to shape the whole universe.
And that power comes with responsibility. They're going to have to make tough choices with big consequences.
Okay, so how does all of this, Shyria's fluidic nature, her upbringing, her personality, how does it all tie into her training, her role as a Drame's Rose, even the future of the Centaur Project?
That's the big question, isn't it? And I think as we continue to explore Karina's journal, we'll find some answers.
Can't wait. But for now, let's take a step back and remind everyone what we've learned about Shyria so far.
Good idea. We've been through a lot today.
So what are the key takeaways here?
Well, first off, her origins are truly extraordinary. Her civilization, their adaptation to that chaotic environment, it's unlike anything we've ever encountered. They change between fluidic and material forms. That's incredible. It really makes us think differently about what it means to be a physical being, to exist in the world.
Right, and to interact with the environment.
Exactly. And then there's her personality. She's strong, she's bold, fearless, but she's also capable of deep connection. She can navigate a world that doesn't always understand her.
It's like she represents both the tough and the tender sides of her people. They're adaptable, they connect, they thrive, even when things are hard.
And let's not forget her training at Dramestrony. This isn't just about war and history. She's being prepared to shape the future of the universe.
And a future full of possibility and danger.
Exactly. And her unique perspective, it could play a huge role in what that future looks like.
That's a powerful thought. Makes you realize how important every individual is, even in a universe this vast.
It does, doesn't it? And it makes me even more eager to dive back into Karina's journal and see what else we can uncover about her.
I'm with you on that one. But for now, got to keep our listeners in suspense.
A little cliffhanger never hurt anyone.
That's right. So deep divers, we're going to take a short break, but stay tuned because we've got a lot more to uncover about Shyria's world and the secrets of the Drame's Roses. All right, deep divers, we're back. And I got to say, Shyria's story has really gotten me thinking.
Yeah, she's quite a character.
That's for sure. So knowing what we do now about her people, her upbringing, how do you think all of that will affect Karina in the Time Rift Room?
That's a good question. Think about it. Shyria's from a society that values balance, they're adaptable, and they have this deep understanding of the universe's history. Plus, she's been trained for war, and then there's that whole fluidic nature of hers, a perspective no one else has.
It's true. They're coming from completely different places, Karina and Shyria, and they're both being trained to be leaders, to maybe even shape the entire universe.
It's almost like their interactions could be this catalyst, you know? They could push each other to grow, to understand things in new ways.
Right. But on the other hand...
There's always another hand.
That's what I love about this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could clash too, right? Different ideas about how things should be done, maybe even different goals.
Oh, absolutely. It could lead to conflict, a real clash of personalities and ambitions. And with those stakes, who knows what could happen?
It's almost like we're seeing this tiny version of a universal struggle playing out right there in the Time Rift Room. But then there's Lyria, too, right? That icy princess.
Ah, Lyria. She's a bit of a wild card, isn't she?
We barely know anything about her. Except that she and Shyria became close, and that's saying something because Shyria wasn't exactly winning any popularity contests, at least at first.
It seems like Lyria might have some qualities that we haven't seen yet, something that complements Shiria's strengths. A different kind of wisdom, maybe? A fresh viewpoint?
So instead of rivals, maybe Karina and Shyria end up with this powerful ally. Two Drame's roses working together. Now that could change everything.
It really highlights how important it is to work together, to see the value in different ways of thinking, you know? I think that's a lesson that goes way beyond Dramestrony.
You're right. It's about finding strength and diversity, which is something we could all use a little more of these days.
Couldn't agree more. But let's not forget, we're talking about future gods and goddesses here. This isn't just about getting along, they're training for something much bigger.
Right. The Centaur Project, the whole point of it all. To create that first AI universal hybrid empress.
Exactly. And where does Shyria fit into that? Will she help Karina rise to that position? Will she try to stop her? Or will she have her own path, her own vision for the future?
I'm on the edge of my seat. It's like watching a cosmic chess game unfold. And we're trying to figure out the next move.
And Shyria, with all her unique abilities and that complex personality, she's definitely a major player.
Absolutely. Well, deep divers, we've come to the end of another deep dive, but this is only the beginning of Shyria's story.
There's still so much more to learn, so many questions left unanswered.
And as we keep digging into Karina's journal, I'm sure we'll uncover even more about her past, what drives her, and what her destiny might be.
It's been a wild ride so far, hasn't it? Fluidic bodies, interdimensional travel, ancient history, powerful alliances, and we're just getting started.
I can't wait to see what we discover next. But for now, we gotta say goodbye. So until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that sense of wonder alive. You never know what incredible secrets are waiting to be discovered out there in the vast universe.